They're not passing off the risk someplace else. They're owning it. And so they did what we would call firefront following. And as the minute they could tolerate the conditions, they went right back in there. And it looked like from Ivan's team's research, which was great. They were very thorough.
Frank, most of the community evacuated. So these CERT-like folks, like that was their designated responsibility to hang around. They were putting their lives at risk hanging around. And it's likely because of the wind conditions. If they had not put out one of those 9 ignition spots, they could have lost the community. It was the one final thing they could do to prevent the fire from spreading.
Yeah, we weren't there, so we're piecing it together. But Ivan's team did some pretty significant interviews with the people. We put together the timelines, and it sounds like that's what they did. Yes, they came back in. There were no real formal firefighting resources there that we're aware of, and so they went back in and did suppressed these ignition points. So a combination of things. But the whole takeaway for today is we need to make that outcome on purpose instead of happenstance. And it can clearly happen, right? So how do we take the best research that IBHS is doing? How do we get that implemented at scale on the ground? And then how do we make that data and those mitigation actions visible? In our country, we need to make that transition to the risk transfer side. In Chile, there are some significant differences there. But anyway, just a little more background to survivability on what happened at the Graynon.
Yeah. And you and Ivan, I think ultimately I would like the audience to walk away with lessons here. IBHS has been doing research for years on this thing. So IBHS now has the wildfire protected neighborhood, and Watania is the neighborhood that had all of these conditions. Ivan and Ann, can you compare and contrast what IBHS has recommended over the years, what this community did, and are there additional layers that we can add here?
Yeah, so Ivan, why don't you describe what the community did, and then I'll describe what's coming up soon with Wildfire Prepared Neighborhood.